Okay. Try this question.
Sir, I don't know, but I'm trying. Like, I don't know how to proceed.
Yeah, it's straightforward only. Alpha and beta are the roots of the first equation, right?
Yeah.
So we have these two now. Sum of the roots and product of the roots.
Yeah.
And for the second equation, let R1 and R2 be the roots.
Okay.
So that should be equal to this one. And the product of the roots is this one. So ABC in terms of alpha and beta are right. This ABC is there, no?
Yeah.
So in terms of alpha and beta, I should write.
Okay, sir, I'll try now. Sir, alpha square beta plus alpha beta square
Yeah,
is
these
equal to
two roots, right? Alpha square beta and alpha beta square.
yeah.
Okay. R1 and R2, you got this one or something different?
Yes, sir, I got this one.
And then I can write R1 minus R2, right?
R1 into R2.
Okay, you solve this thing straightly, directly.
Yes, sir.
Okay, there is one more method to solve it. Once you have R1 plus R2 and R1 R2, you can get R1 minus R2. Okay.
Okay.
This one.
Yeah.
A minus B whole square plus A plus B whole square minus 4AB. Okay. So from that you get R1 minus R2. This one. After that you just have to add to get R1 and R2. Okay, this is also a method. Just remember it.
Okay.
This one, second one. You're getting how to do it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The mod x plus 2, it will behave differently for x less than minus 2 and x greater than minus 2. Right? So we have to split the problem into two parts.
Okay.
First part is this one, minus infinity to minus 2. And then second part is this one. This is a standard way of handling mod.
Okay.
Okay, whenever mod is there, the behavior will change at one particular point. So split that problem into that part at that point.
Sir, I got it. Okay.
Okay. Answer? Right.
Minus root 2 and union root 2 to infinity.
Yeah. So in the first part, the discriminant is turning out to be complex, negative. So the roots are not real. And x square is positive, so the curve will be like this. Right? And minus 2 is here. Okay? Draw an approximate figure so that you get a clear picture. And minus infinity root, the roots are plus root 2 and minus root 2, so it will be like this. And you have to find wherever it is greater than 0. So obviously we choose this range and then this range. And for this problem, for this interval, it is this range. Right? So you have to combine. You can combine these two, minus infinity to minus 2 and minus 2 to minus root 2 as this one, minus infinity to minus root 2, and then root 2 to infinity. Clear? So only this portion will not come.
Yeah.
Because
that will be smaller than 0, right?
Yeah, negative.
Yeah.
What you want is positive. Right. This one. Real root means discriminant should be greater than or equal to 0. Unequal means it should be greater than 0. There is no restriction on the values of B. Okay, so B should take all values. And what is the values of A? That will satisfy.
So A common, and I found the quadratic in terms of A.
Yeah, So there is no restriction on B. B can take any value. Okay. So in
Yeah.
that condition, is there any restriction on the values of B?
No.
So what is the answer? You have to find the values of A. Okay, t greater than 0, you got this equation, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is involving A and B.
Yeah.
This you can write as a quadratic in B.
So I'm writing quadratic in A, not B.
No, see, there is no, that's what I'm saying. This thing should be satisfied for all values of B. Okay, so you have
Okay.
to find is there any restriction on the values of B.
Okay.
Okay, so if you consider quadratic in B, and since this is greater than 0, so the discriminant should be negative because the coefficient here is positive. Okay, and if the discriminant is negative, then this thing will be satisfied. Always greater than
So
0.
why will it be negative?
What?
Sir, why will it be negative discriminant of
No,
B?
see, the coefficient of B square is positive, no?
Okay.
So the quadratic is U, not inverted U.
Okay.
Okay, and you want it to be greater than 0 always. So the root should be imaginary or complex.
Okay.
Okay, only then will be like this. So that's why the discriminant should be negative. I'll call this discriminant D1 to avoid confusion. So D1 should be less than 0. So if you use this condition, I'll get a restriction on E.
Okay. Okay, sir. Understood.
Yeah. Right. So if you simplify, you get this answer. A should be greater than 1.
Okay.
Okay, fine. That's what I'm saying. Here there is no restriction on B. So B can take any values. So you have to consider this as quadratic in B. Because whenever you write a quadratic equation, A square plus Bx plus C, X doesn't have any restriction.
Okay, sir.
After that, you are studying the nature of the roots or whatever you want. Okay.
Okay.
So that's why you are writing this as quadratic in B. Okay. This one. Proceeding.
Yes, sir. I'm doing.
Okay. Little bit of thought is required. So once the root, okay, the roots you have call as A alpha and alpha square. Okay.
Yeah, I just did that.
So from that you will get these two, right? And
Yeah.
then you look at the options and then see what you should calculate. Don't straight away proceed to the problem. Once you write this thing and then look at the problem, it has got PQ plus Q square, right? In all the 4 options.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have to calculate PQ plus Q square. Okay, another thing is P into Q. Right?
Okay.
So basically you have to calculate PQ plus Q square and then P into Q and then simplify. So looking at the options also you should get a hint what to do.
Okay, sir. Because I didn't do that. I didn't add a PQ plus Q square.
Yeah, that's why you have to practice. That's
Yes,
what
sir.
maths you always have to practice and then you have to remember the pattern. Similar thing will come in the exam, especially in the mains. The pattern is repeating.
Okay. Sir, I'm solving the B part.
So A is done.
Yes, sir. I got it after you explained.
Yeah, so D is the correct one, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So whenever a quadratic is greater than 0 for all values of x, then it should be like this, and it's
Yes,
x square is positive, no? So it is
yeah.
like u, and the x-axis should be below.
Yes, sir. I got it.
That means discriminant should be negative.
Sir, answer is A, right?
Yes. Discriminant
Okay.
is negative, and discriminant is a quadratic in E. Okay, and that
Yeah.
factors like this, and this thing has to be less than 0, so it should be in between roots. And
Sir, I just didn't get one thing. Why is the discriminant less than 0?
that's what I said. No, see, this first quadratic is greater than 0, right?
Yeah.
for all real value of x.
Okay.
Okay, and the coefficient of x square is positive.
Yeah.
Once the coefficient of x square is positive, the curve is like u,
Yeah.
not inverted u. So this is one possibility, and this is another possibility, right?
Yeah.
So when it is cutting that x-axis, in between the roots it's negative, right?
Okay.
Okay, but he's saying it's positive for all real value of x.
Okay. All right.
Well, that's why it should be above. So that this means that the roots are complex. No real roots.
Okay.
Okay, that's why discriminant should be negative. Okay, so that condition gives me a quadratic in A, which should be less than 0, and this is possible only between the roots, because here the coefficient of A square is positive, so the curve is of U type. Okay, and for it to be less than 0, it should be in between the roots.
Okay, sir.
Okay, and if you guys got these factors,
Yes,
fine.
sir. I got them.
Okay, fine.
And then by baby girl method we solved.
Okay, yeah. No, parabola means it's quadratic, means it's much more simpler to do it, because it's either U or inverted U. So once you know it's U, it's in between the roots, it will be negative. Okay.
Yes, sir.
This one, try the B part, not the A part. Leave the A part.
Okay, I'm trying. Sir, it's like coming very complicated.
Okay, that's what you have to catch one trick. Okay, so AB is the root of first equation, right? So this is valid.
Yeah.
A plus B is this one, and then AB is this one. Similarly, C plus D and CD, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you find A plus B plus C plus D, right? So you add these two, so you'll get this one.
Okay.
Okay, and then you can subtract these two.
A minus.
So you get a relation between B minus D and C minus A.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. The motivation for me to do the last step is I got A plus C as something, right? So I was thinking, if I get A minus C as something, and from that I can find A and C. Okay.
Okay.
So that's my motivation for going to the next step. But the step was correct, but the thinking was not correct. Okay. Since A is the root of the first equation, I can get this one. A and C are the roots of the first equation, right? So if you put x equal to A, you get this one. And in this one, if you subtract these two, you get C square minus A square. And then these two will cancel, CA and AC. And then B minus D will come.
Okay.
Okay. And then B minus D, I have written in terms of C minus A in this step.
Oh.
Okay. So B minus D is basically C minus A. So I can take C minus A as a common factor. And then take C plus A minus 11. Here there is one 11. So it will become 11 square. B minus D is 11 times C minus A. And there is one 11 here. Another 11 here. So it will become 11 square. And two factors are equal to 0. Okay. So the second factor can be 0. Okay, from that I'll get A plus C as 11 square.
Okay, sir.
So once I get A plus C, I can find this sum, because it's 10 times A plus C.
Yeah.
So the answer is 1210.
Okay, sir.
Okay. First two steps are fine. The third step is also fine. Fourth step I just did it just as a different thing. And then I put, this is an important step which people usually miss. Once you say something is a root of that equation, you can put this thing in the root, and then you can simplify this thing.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Sir, this Allen field is different. 7.
Yeah, alpha, beta, roots of.
Okay.
This is an easy one.
A part of last question.
What did you say?
A part of last question.
That I could not get, but actually it's supposed to be easy because this one is 6 marks. Okay, the first part is 3 marks. Okay,
Okay.
let me tell you next time. Right? It
Sir,
will
but name and all are of 4 marks, right?
no. See, this is 2006. This is
Okay.
JE. I don't know. See, nowadays it's fixed. Main pattern is fixed, but advanced pattern they will not tell you.
Okay.
Okay, mains right now it's +4 and -1. +4 for correct answer and -1 for wrong answer. Yeah, right now main is fixed. First step you got right. Alpha plus beta and alpha beta.
Yes, sir.
Huh.
This all.
So,
And then I don't know how to.
no. Okay, the second equation alpha by 2 plus 2 beta. That also you wrote. Okay, so to find R, basically you have to find alpha into beta.
Yeah.
And you have two equations for alpha and beta, right? This one and this one. From that I can find alpha and beta. Two equations, two unknowns.
Okay, sir. I'll try just a second. I'll try
Yeah.
once again.
So once you know alpha and beta, you just have to multiply them.
So we have to multiply both the equation.
No. Two equations in linear equations, right? Alpha plus beta.
Yeah.
You have to solve simultaneously.
Okay. Sir, I'm getting 2 alpha minus alpha by 2 is equal to p minus q if we subtract them.
No, just find alpha and beta straight away. If you do this one, you'll get beta. Is that right? Equation 1 minus 2 times equation 2. Alpha will go away, right?
Yeah.
From that you'll get beta.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a very simple one. And after that you can find alpha.
Okay, sir.
And once you find alpha, you just have to multiply them. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Right, it's not difficult.
Yes,
It's very simple. So
yeah.
the answer is D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now for this thing, you have to look at the whatever you say options for the column 1 and 2, and then get the idea what to do.
Yes, sir.
Okay, he's basically looking at the values of fx, whether it is positive or between 0 and 1 greater than 0, like that. Whether it's positive, negative, or between 0 and 1 or less than 1. Okay, so basically it's a ratio of two quadratic equations. So AD curve method you can use.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
The first one will match with P, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And the second will match with what?
B.
Q.
Oh, you're okay. Yeah, Q.
Between 1 and 2. So this is the curve you got, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And and then find the value of the function at -1 because that's useful. You get as +1, right? Because -1 they are specified, no, x equal to -1. So put it
Yeah.
-1 and then get the value as 1. Okay, that will match with this one, right?
Yes, sir.
Similarly, the third one between 3 and 5, again it is same as a B, right? And then for x greater than 5, it is, so this is the match. Okay, they are given 6 marks for this. I don't know why.
Okay, sir.
Okay, this one you have to read the full question, look at the options, and then try to figure out what to do.
Okay.
There are two statements which the options are saying basically you have to check whether true or false and whether the two statements are related. Okay.
Yeah.
Always read the full question, even look at the options briefly. And if the options is making more sense, then you have to read the options more carefully. Right. See, the first this thing you have written, right? Alpha and beta are the roots of the first one, and alpha.
Yeah, I got it.
This one. So looking at this one, immediately you can get alpha. If you multiply alpha beta and alpha by beta, you'll get alpha, right?
Okay. Okay.
Alpha square is this one. So you have to look at the things and recognize something. Okay. Similarly, if I subtract these two, I'll get beta. Subtract this one and this one, right? Because alpha is going away, so I'll get beta. So I've got alpha in terms of ACQ and beta in terms of this one. And here he's asking P square minus Q, right? So P square minus Q is P is from here, I get as alpha and beta in terms of alpha and beta. Okay, so this one P square is this one. Okay, and then Q is alpha into beta.
Okay.
Q is this one alpha into beta. So this you can simplify as this one. Okay, similarly B square minus AC. B square minus AC. Yeah, so B, yes, so this square, yeah, so if you subtract these two, okay, B I'll get from here, and then yeah, C I can write in terms of A from here. Okay, so AC will become some A square because C is something into A. Okay, so A into C will become A square. Is that AC from this one?
Yeah.
Okay, similarly, B square, if I use this one, B into I get in terms of A will be A square into something. Okay, so I can take A square commonly out and then rewrite as this one. Again, it is A plus B whole square minus 4 times A into B because the 4 is here. Right, so it will be this one. So P square minus Q is positive and even B square minus AC is positive. Okay, so the product of these two will be positive. So this statement is true. Okay, the second statement says P is not equal to P into A and C is not equal to or C is not equal to Q into P. So basically is relating B by A to P, right? This I can understand like by relating B by A to P. So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to relate B by A and then P. Okay, and B by A is this one. Alpha plus 1 by beta divided by minus 2 from this one. Okay, and then P is here alpha plus beta divided by minus 2. Right? Everything I'm writing in terms of alpha and beta. So you have to compare this one and this one. Is this clear? This step. Because B by A got no B by A comes from here. This one. Okay. And then
Yes, sir.
P I get from this one. This one.
Okay.
So it is, so you have to compare these two. Okay. So alpha I can cancel. I'm just trying to look for the equality sign so I can cancel -1 on both the sides. Because inequality means then the inequality will reverse. I'm just trying to look for equality because here it's equal or unequal, right? So I can cancel -2, I can cancel alpha. So I have to compare 1 by beta and beta. Okay, so this will be equal if beta is plus or minus 1. This basically means beta square equal to 1, right? So beta is plus or minus 1.
Okay.
Only when this is satisfied, this thing will be equal. Okay, but here in the question he has given, are you able to see this symbol? It's not element of this symbol. He has given beta square is not element of -1, 0, 1. Okay, so that means beta is not an element of square root of -1 is I and minus I, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and 0 is just 0, and square root of -1 is 1 and -1.
Yeah.
So beta cannot be I minus I 0 1 -1. It cannot be. Okay, so this can be equal only if beta is plus or minus 1. So this is not equal. Okay, so not equal to is true. Okay, now I have to check, and now I relate C by A and then Q for the second one. So C by A and Q. C by A is alpha by beta. Okay, and Q is alpha by beta. Again, I have to relate 1 by beta and beta, which is same as this one. So this cannot be equal. So not equal to is true. Okay, so this statement is also true. Okay, so the truth of the first statement is related to the truth of the second statement. I don't think so. They both are different, right? Both the statements are true.
So answer should be B, I think.
Yeah. Answer is B. Both the statements are true, but statement is not the correct explanation for. Yes, 8, 1, 8. The answer is B.
Okay, sir.
This thing requires clarity in thought. One thing to realize is beta square has given not element of. This is curly braces. Okay, so that means discrete values. -1, 0, and 1. It's not like a range 0, 1. Okay, it's just discrete values which cannot be beta square cannot be these discrete values. Once you say beta square cannot be this one, you can say beta cannot be these 6 values.
Okay.
Actually, without going to beta, I can straight away get here itself. I can rewrite as beta square equal to 1, right? And then here
Yeah.
beta square is not equal to 1. So this here itself we can say it's not equal to is true. This statement is basically saying beta square equal to 1. Beta square and 1 you have to compare, and beta square is not equal to 1. So this statement is not equal to. Right, got it?
Yes, sir.
Right.